How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Good.
Oh, doing great. I do like that we have, two horror camp movies kind of back to back coming out because it's this and Hell of a Summer. And so I wanted to ask both of you, what do you think it is about camp movies in general that turn us into like, well, there's something scary going on. This is creepy and something horrible is going to happen.
Can I answer this?
Yes.
All right. Um, I think it's really the like unknown of the woods.
Mm,
That kind of brings kind of that primal instinct in a way like of fear. And so like the fact that it's a camp, usually camps are like far away from civilization. So there's that thought of this is your only safety.
mhm.
If you go anywhere,
Yeah.
you're unsafe. So I think that's why like we're drawn to like camps for horror movies a lot.
Yeah. I think also like it goes to a weird psychological thing of being a kid and like being away from your parents and not having that like safety net and you're kind of just like on your own to your own devices. So I think that that's another, but yeah, totally. How far are you from anything? Yeah, you can't. Exactly.
Yeah, I said to Pearson, I was like, my brother has like at his house has this like thing that you go down and there's like a fire pit where the woods are. And every time I hear anything, I'm gone. Like everyone
Yeah.
else is sitting, I'm like, I'm up at the house, it's every man for himself. Like you guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is. So I do think it is that creepiness of you don't know what's in the woods.
Hmm.
But I also like that this is, kind of a quote unquote legend come to life. And I feel like everyone has those legends that they hear when they're growing up from their hometown or whether it be at camp and someone tells a story and you know that legend. Did you guys have any of those legends growing up that you're like, oh, if that became a real thing, I would absolutely be terrified?
Slender Man. I don't know. I feel like that's like the one I can think of. Um, no, but realistically, that's kind of the one I think of. Did you? I don't know. You're a bit younger than me, so is there a
No.
new one that popped up?
Mm-mm.
No.
I mean, this has been the like fair share of like creepy tales that like drift over from Japan somehow
Yeah.
that creep me out. But like, I don't know. I haven't really had a legend
Is
that.
creepypasta still a thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know creepypasta, huh?
Yeah. And also,
Uh,
wasn't there Momo for a while, which was like
Momo.
that girl? My 14-year-old niece talks about Momo all the time. And I'm like, you still talk about Momo?
I had to like take my brother to therapy for it. It was really bad. No, he was like petrified. Do you remember Momo?
A little bit.
I'm not gonna show you because it's
It's
gonna be
scary.
scary.
I'm
It's
gonna
like
look it
I'm
up.
scared of
I'm gonna look
it.
it up.
Yeah.
We used to have this thing called the Green Man, and the legend was that he got struck by lightning and turned green. And like, it would if you closed your eyes and like said it, he would appear. And I think it was just a man who got electrocuted, and everyone
Yeah.
turned him into an urban legend. And
The
we're
poor
like,
guy. He's
yeah. And
like,
I'm like, as an adult, I was like, that was kind of mean that all the kids in my hometown were like, it's an urban legend. It's the Green Man. I
yeah.
was like,
Bloody
okay,
Mary was a big one
yeah.
Oh yeah,
in
Bloody
the
Me. I
mirror.
actually tried doing that
I
once
did
with
too.
a group of friends.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Didn't.
I got to the second and ran out. I was like, nah, this is gonna follow me. I'm so good. I don't need Bloody Mary in my life.
You're smart.
There is one. It's called cat scratch.
Oh, I've heard of
Now
that.
I swear on my life, I saw a cat. I'm not playing. Like I did it at the dance studio that I go to, and we did it in like the bathroom so that we can make it dark. I'm not kidding. There was something behind the toilet. I will hold that to my grave.
Wow. I believe you. 100%.
Nobody
Yeah,
else believes me.
I
no,
believe.
I believe you. I believe in that stuff. That's why I don't
Me
do it.
too.
Um, but I wanted to ask you guys because you both have done so many different kinds of genres. Like Q, you made me sob during Beautiful Boy, a movie I think about all
Thank
the
you.
ding dang time. Georgia, obviously, you're so funny in shows like Ted and things like that. But when you guys go into a horror movie, is that freeing because you get to kind of just live in the like gore of a horror, or do you like when you get to go back into those other genres and then come to horror for something new and fresh?
I mean, I kind of like the mix. Like I don't prefer one genre over the other. I mean, I seem to do a lot of drama
Mhm.
because I guess that's just what I'm best at. But I honestly like to do like comedies and horrors and other things that are just out different from the typical I'm ill and sick and need treatment.
Cry right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of
You know,
thing.
I can cry right now.
No, don't, please. That's sad. Um, I, it's funny. I think horror is weirdly very similar to comedy. And I think that's kind of why those are kind of the two things that I've been, like you said, those are the things that you're best at.
Mhm.
I would love to get into some drama at some point. But once you find your niche and your thing, it's easy to kind of stay in that world. But I think comedy and horror are really similar, just in the sense of like being really, really bold and being big, there's something very freeing about like screaming very loudly, I think.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I think that is, freeing in its own way, but I think yeah, they're very similar in just like kind of outrageous situations.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you guys too, when it comes especially to movies that lean heavily into like horror and kills and things like that, watching them with audiences tend to be the most fun. Like I just came from South by Southwest and watching anything horror-esque with an audience like that was crazy because they were all just screaming at the top of their lungs. Are you guys excited to see the wider reaction to this and like how people are kind of reacting to those kills? Or are you kind of like, I don't want to see what anyone says, I just kind of want to be done?
I'm like 50-50. I don't know. With every project I do, I'm the same though. It's not, there are like there's a huge part of me that's like, oh my God, I can't wait to see what everyone's saying. I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. But then there's also a huge part of me that's like, oh my God, that was 2 years ago. I don't even remember what I was like, it was so long ago at this point. And I'm like, oh, like I cringe at my young self, so I'm a little bit
I
like,
do that too. I do that too.
so
It's really hard for me to look at my
yeah,
younger self.
it's 50-50 for me, but what about you?
Um, I'm gonna have to agree with the 50-50 thing
Yeah.
because like there is the part of me that wants to know what people are thinking.
And we're proud of the project,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
really cool. It's going to be really cool to see that for that sake,
yeah.
but
I mean I feel like I would like to be there for like the initial reaction of like the shock of uh when we first see CJ under in the basement. Like
yeah,
I'd like to hear like the no, well not hear but just see the audience's reaction to that
yeah.
because it's such a brutalist that's not the word brutalistic uh shock. So I think that would be a pretty cool reaction to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, what I want to ask last question because this is the one I went to school for acting and stuff, and I was like, I never want to see myself
Yeah,
doing it. Like I would just like to be done with it and walk off. So I want to
yeah.
ask you guys, when you do these movies where you're like, okay, like it's been a while, I can't wait to see what the final product is. Do you just like walk out during your own scenes, or do you just suffer through and you're like, okay, I gotta watch myself and just get over it?
Um, do you want to answer first?
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like being the lead in this film it's or in any film is it's kind of hard, especially since I don't like watching myself because you're in like 3/4 of the entire movie. So it's like I kind of just suffered through it. I certainly don't like it. I don't take pleasure in it, but I feel like I just focus on the other people in the scenes or the other stuff going on in the scenes.
Yeah, I'm big on I don't it, it depends. I'm big on watching and growing though. I think that throughout, I've been auditioning for like 10 years now or so and working since I was 18, and something that I've learned is me personally, I can't really grow unless I see things that I'm not happy about. And as like, you know, nauseating as it can be, it's like I'm very glad I did because it I think it's the one thing, well, not the one thing, but I think it's a huge component in why I've just strived to be a better actor, and it's like I can nitpick little, acting tics that I had, like with my mouth or my eyes or holding tension in my forehead. Sometimes it's as simple as that, so if I hadn't, I wouldn't have known. So I'm glad that I did, but it's not super like exciting, I guess. It's exciting, but it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Oh, I 100% get it. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it. George, every time I see you in something, I'm like, I love when the Whigham family just shows up. So it makes me
Thank
so happy.
you.
That's the family
Oh my
matters. I'm like,
God.
I love
Thank
when
you
they show
so
up.
much. That just made my day. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for talking to me. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait for everyone else to get to see Marshmallow.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Rachel.
Thank you guys. Have a great one.